this back spinning up. I hit the microphone. It's bigger now, so it's like it's the same microphone. It just has a windscreen on it. But I took a couple days off, recharge, and kind of focus on my actual business, my day job, which is freelance video stuff, and get that going. And I also started watching The Mandalorian, which is amazing. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's worth the price of the Disney Plus. Just watch all 2 seasons for the month and cancel it. $12 well spent. Or maybe if you can get a free trial, even better. Yeah. So, but question of the day. Question of the day. Okay, here's a question. If you're feeling introspective and kind of like, do you have an album you listen to? Because that's kind of how I felt today. Today was really not a good. I was very mentally hazy. So I ended up just like laying on my couch and listening to. It's an album by a band called Death Heaven. And the album's called Sunbather. It's like atmospheric black metal. It's very good. It's very good. I like it a lot. And that helped. And then me and my girlfriend went to Lowe's to look at plants. And then we got Chick-fil-A. Then we came home and we finished The Mandalorian, and it's amazing. So now I'm a little fog has lifted, and I'm feeling pretty good. So sat down, hit record. A little late, but hey, a couple days off, back in the saddle. Here we are. I have like a frog in my throat. It's so weird. I'm gonna start doing vocal warm-ups for ASMR. So another thing that me and my special native friend did, we went to the Jim Henson exhibit at the Durham Museum here in Omaha. I think it's a traveling exhibit. And if not, well, sorry. But I want to make an ASMR video about it. I got some footage. I used my little point and shoot camera, so it's not like the best footage in the world, but I did my best. And I want to do I like an ASMR field trip. So if you like Jim Henson, we're gonna show it. Hopefully, I won't get in trouble. Alright, but they said we could take pictures. So, anyway, I think it was pretty cool. But now I have the Muppet theme song stuck in my head because it was just like playing on a loop in this whole exhibit. We were there for like an hour or something. But it was cool. There was like a your own puppet show thing, and it just had like some artifacts from the years of Jim Henson, and it was pretty cool. Although at the very end, the big piece at the end was the ballroom gown and David Bowie's like suit from the end of The Labyrinth. And my girlfriend and her mom, who we went with, had never seen it, and I was just like, "This is the big showstopper piece. You guys don't know what it is." So cool. But it was really interesting. It was pretty cool. But I'm gonna try and make like a field trip video. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I don't know how long it's gonna be. Yeah, I think it's an experiment. But I wanted to get my videos to be a little more, I'm calling it cinematic, which I don't know if that's the right term, because it's not really like cinematic, because I think like cinematic vlogs are silly, because a lot of times like people that make cinematic vlogs, it's like, here's, a 30-second montage of me making coffee, and all those people do it, and you're just like, I just have a Mr. Coffee, and I just put the beans in and pour water in and hit start. You guys are doing it wrong. They gotta get like all these cool shots, like, yeah, and they use pour overs and Chemexes or however you pronounce it, and all that stuff. I'm like, I have a Mr. Coffee and I have a cold brew thing. It's still coffee. Like, what? I don't need nerds, coffee nerds. Come at me, bro. Coffee nerds. But I've never seen anyone do it with like ASMR, because like you see a lot, like almost all, I would say 99% of all ASMR videos are like person talking to a camera or a pair of hands doing a thing. That's like 99% of it. Man, maybe 95. And the other 5% is like gaming ASMR probably. Yeah, that's, I think, from what I've seen, if you've seen anybody else like do like an ASMR vlog where they like show clips from their day. I haven't seen that. And that's kind of what this this channel is becoming, because I like Casey Neistat when he started, but somewhere in there I kind of lost him. I just wasn't as interested, which is fine. People change, but I liked Casey Neistat. Not to be like, okay, you know, but Casey Neistat was one of the people that made me want to make films because of he had a TV show on HBO called The Neistat Brothers with his brother Fan Neistat, and I saw that before he was even. He might have had a YouTube channel, but like, it was just kind of more of his like weird film things. I wouldn't call them, they're not weird, but they were vlogs before vlogs were a thing. But they had this TV show on HBO, which is very good, called The Neistat Brothers. If you can find it on the internet, I think you can find it on YouTube if you like search. There's bootleg copies out there, because Casey himself used to make bootleg copies and send them to people that would ask for them. So I followed him way before he was doing the vlog thing. And what it was is they were doing vlogs before vlogs were a thing, and they were just like showing like filmmaking is accessible. Like, you can do this with point and shoot cameras, and it was amazing, and it opened my eyes, and I was like, I want to do that. So that was one of the things. And his early videos, I think it's just because I could relate to those a lot more when he was like a single dude, you know, just out there hustling, and now it's like morphed into more about like the family is and I'm a very successful business guy. I think that's kind of where I started to lose it after he had a kid, and he was kind of becoming more of an entrepreneur than like a hustler creator sort of thing, which that's kind of what I was vibing with. So, but you know, he's doing well. Good for him. I'm doing well. Good for me. But those, I liked that sort of, it resonated with me, and I'm sure the family thing resonates with a lot of people. So I think, you know, I might want to steer into that skid, for lack of a better term. I think it might be fun, and again, this year I want to be making stuff. I want to be I would just want to make a pile of things to stick on, and be going back into, hopefully be able to make some films. And if I do make some films, I can make some ASMR behind the scenes. Yes. I already had my first job of the year yesterday, which will be 2 days ago by the time you see this, because it's already like 11:50. And I'm also not gonna get my watch rings aren't all the way there. You can see. So there goes the perfect month for January. There goes the perfect year. Duh. Oh well. So it goes, right? This year's about, you know, improving myself and doing drills, doing practice. Just the practice. That's the word of the year, is practice. And craft would be maybe another word. I just want to be in it, and I want to be producing things, and I want there to be, at the end of the year, not to focus on the outcome, but focus on the output. You know, I don't care how many views it gets. I care how many finished projects go up. That's it. You know, I want to be, how many words do I get on the page? How many videos do I get online? How many, you know, movie reviews am I reviewing? How many ASMR videos am I doing? And I think I've always kind of had this thought process that it is accuracy through volume. You do the good work by doing a lot of it, and then as you do a lot of it, you know, it feels like very similar, you know, it's but then like you have a question, you hit a wall, and you go, how do I do this? Like today, I was doing my Google Sheets, I was updating my sheets, my nerd sheets, but I keep track of all my data. Yeah, Google Sheets, love them. And I found out about something called absolute value, which is like if you're doing autofill, but you always want something to like peg to a certain number, because if you just like put it in like, you know, A1 plus B1 equals, you know, whatever, but you always want B1 to be B1, you know, because if you autofill, then I go A2 plus B2, but I want A1 plus B1, A2 plus B1, you know, you can do something called absolute value. And so that was something new to me, and it's just like, yes, I've been doing those spreadsheets for years, but that was something new I learned because I hit a wall. I was trying to do something a little more advanced, and I had a question, and so it's like, whatever your craft is, it could be anything, you know, it could be like, if you want to make YouTube videos, yes, like, what can you do? You just look at yourself and you'd be like, what can I do a little bit better? You know, so maybe like it's at work and you can just be like, okay, you know, maybe you have a crap job you hate. Like, that's okay. Like, the real question is, how can I improve myself to get out of this crap job? You know, there's a lot of things you can do. If you want a simple one, I mean, the easiest thing you can do is just start reading books, and start. There's so many ways to make money that you don't. I think at this point, you don't need a crap job. You know, I'll say this: it's like you can go online to like the free section of Craigslist if you have a big enough town, and if you have a truck or a way to move stuff. Go on the free section, go pick up all the free crap, clean it up, shine it off, go on Facebook Marketplace, go back on Craigslist on the furniture, sell it for 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks, whatever. You know, you can get a crappy shelf, you can put in the elbow grease, sand it down, restain it, but you could sell that for $100, $200 sometimes, you know, if it's good, if it's got good bones. And how do you learn all this? YouTube. You can learn anything on YouTube anymore. So, like, there's that, you know, and you could go on, you know, the Craigslist. You can find things that are undervalued. You can grab them. You can go sell them on Facebook. You can do, you know, Facebook, Craigslist, garage selling, you know, estate selling, sell it on eBay. You know, there's so many things out there that people that just, like, don't know what they're worth. Like, Matchbox cars, Starbucks coffee mugs. Like, coffee mugs that came from Starbucks are collectible for some reason. And you can buy them at like garage sales for like 50 cents or less. You could probably buy like 10 of them for like $1, you know? And you go online on eBay and they're all worth like 20 bucks each. Or more. I've seen them go for like $200 or $300. So like the money's out there if you want to like figure out a niche, learn a lot about it, you know, spend, you know, 20, 30 minutes a day just browsing eBay, trying to figure out what's the hot thing. And then just go try to find it, you know, and then find it underpriced, buy it, then sell it for the fair price. You know, I know it's like middleman, you know, like it's different than like people that go buy all the Xboxes and PS5s, like those are just jerks. But like if you're going to buy a thing at a garage sale, just think of it like it's a finder's fee. You're not a middleman, you're a finder. You are taking the time to find the thing for the person who will pay market rate for it. But like if you don't go pick that stuff, there is a good chance that stuff's getting thrown out. Think of it that way. Don't think of it that you're, you know, ripping people off. You are buying a thing, helping someone get rid of it, and then you are selling it, giving it to the person that wanted it. And yes, you're the middle person in that, but you are putting in a lot of sweat equity to get to that point. And you're providing a service for two people. You provide value, you know? You're creating value out of nothing. So, I don't know if that's how you think about it, but that's really what it is. So, yeah, that was a highly specific, like, weird rant tangent thing that we got off on. But the point is just like, how can you make your life just a little bit better? Like, what could you do that you would do that at the end of the day makes your life just a teeny tiny bit better, you know? What little thing? What is something at work that just drives you insane? Is there a way for you to automate it? Is there a way for you to delegate it? Is there a way for you to make it easier for yourself? Can you, you know, not to say can you cheat the process, but can you do part of it differently and not have anybody notice, you know? Like, if you answer emails all day, can you make email templates? Maybe, you know, like for my business, I have email templates because you get client requests, you know, for like weddings and stuff, and then you hear from like a dozen people, you book 2 or 3 of them. I'm not taking the time to send like personalized emails out to 12 people, like when more than half of them are never going to email me back. I'm just going to blast out that first one with like the information they want to know and vet them quickly. Because if I send you my price and you can't afford it, you know, then you're not my client. That's what it is. Or if my price is lower than what you were expecting to spend and I'm too low and you think my quality of work is not going to be good because I'm charging X instead of Y, then again, you're not my client. Go that way, because you maybe have unrealistic expectations for what I can provide. You know, and someone's like, oh, I want to find, because my price is a little bit lower than most people's in my town, and I'm looking for chill, cool people, and the people that will jump on it. It's high enough that I'm not looking at bottom feeder clients, but it's low enough that I want the person that's just like, yeah, chill, because they want to have fun, and those people aren't expecting the world, so you won't get those, like, at the end of it, you won't get all the requests for like, oh, can you retouch this and that, and it's like, okay, well, if I was charging what these hired people are charging, which is like 50% more than I charge, I would expect myself to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to provide good work for a good fee, and like, here you go, and that's, yeah, So, but again, it's like, okay, I don't like answering emails. I'm gonna make a template, just copy, paste, fire. There you go. Here you go. Here's my. There it is. That's all. Everything you wanted to know. We don't need to go back and forth. I don't need to, until you're my actual client. I don't need to know where you're getting married. I don't want to hear your stories. I'm not gonna. And that's, the clients appreciate that. At least the ones that I vibe with me. They don't want to get on the phone and have a half-hour conversation, and like where I ask them a bunch of questions just to like hit them with a price that they can't afford. Like, my little brother's getting married right now, and he's, I was talking to his fiance, and she was like, all these people want to like talk to me on the phone for like a half hour. I'm like, she's like, if I did that with just like my top 5 picks, that's 2.5 hours of my day. I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you. That sounds stupid. Like, hit me with a price, hit me with your work, and I'll make the decision. I'll narrow you down, and then I'll talk to my top 2 people maybe. That's really all it is, So, but I think that's kind of my goal this year. Is like, I want to have creative output. I want to be making things, and I want to, if I die on December 31st, I want to have a pile of stuff, and I want to point to that, and I want to go, look, motherfuckers, look at all this stuff I made, and then just keel over. I mean, I hope I don't die. I don't want to die. But making stuff is a way to live forever. You put stuff on the internet, and I have stuff on the internet from like 5-10 years ago, and it still gets 1 or 2 views a month, and you're just like, yes, that will happen forever. Maybe not. I don't know. Some stuff probably gets 0 views a month, but it just ticks. It's just slowly, just dripping. So it's a way to live forever by making stuff, I guess. But it's more than that. It's just like, I'm not necessarily making it for me. I mean, I am, in the sense that I am making a lot of this stuff as practice. But when you go back and look at it, it is a memory served of very good days for a lot of people. Because, like, I go back and, like, think, like, every now and then I'll get, like, an email or, like, a friend request from somebody who, like, I don't know. And they'll send me, like, a message, and it'll just be like, hey, you took pictures of my band in, like, 2010. Do you still have those? And I'm like, I do. And you're like, whoa, like a decade. Think about your life a decade ago. And, like, how different it is now. And, like, having those memories. Because, like, photographers 10 years ago weren't as common, and they definitely weren't at shows, and they definitely weren't shooting for free just to get experience and have fun. And, like, I've had, like, people who are in, like, big bands now, relative in the metal scene, like, the Contortionist would be one example, like, email me, and it was, like, the guitar player's mom, and she was like, oh, you took this picture of my son, and, like, can you send me a high-res copy so I can print it? And I'm like, yeah, here you go. It's just, like, crazy. And so, like, it's not just for me, because, like, the people that are in my films, the people that are in my things, the things that I'm creating little gifts for the people to, like, document the world, essentially. And these videos, I mean, this is less of a documentation and more of just like here's a thing that helps you sleep. I mean, it's a documentation. It helps me get my spaghetti thoughts out. So there's that, but it's just like, I want to be better and more effective at what I do. I think it was because I watched The Mandalorian, and they talk about, there was one scene in particular where the slight spoilers, but at one point the Mandalorian gets a jetpack, and the person who gives him the jetpack is like, you know, you'll begin your drills now. And I was like, fuck, I don't drill. I don't do drills. I should be doing camera drills. That should be a thing. Why don't I do? So I'm gonna make up some camera drills. I don't know what they're gonna be, but I'm gonna make some up and I'm gonna hunt some down. I actually have a book that has like some ideas, but I'm gonna make, I think, the YouTube channel I want to make about creativity and like being a better creator. I think I'm going to do like a homework, like a weekly homework thing. That could be fun. Yes. So anyway, there's my pent up rant for 3 days. I hope you're doing well. I hope this video finds you well. I hope you had a great holiday weekend. Well, not even, I guess it was a weekend. It's a big holiday weekend. I hope you're having a great new year. You know, what are we, we're almost 1 week into this year. Are you punching this year in the mouth? Or are you letting this year punch you in the mouth? Because I'm going to punch this year in the fucking mouth. And I hope you'll join me. And we're going to get gassed up. We're going to go all gas, no brakes. We're going to go head first in this year. We're gonna achieve our goals. We're gonna pull people up. We're gonna help them achieve their goals, and we're gonna just be like, yes, 2020 sucked.